Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world. My name is Harry, and today I'm going to be telling you 10 facts and tips you should know before you get your nose pierced. So, looking at other piercing videos on my channel, as you can see, they seem to be doing quite well. So, why not do another one, eh? So I have picked up these tips and facts from my experience of getting my nose pierced, as well as the trusty internet. So, some of these you may know, and some of them you may not. Some of them I learned, and some of them... bleh. Okay, so let's go straight into it. I'm going to look at the questions that people ask most on the internet about the piercing. Does a nose piercing hurt? That is a question I was asking a lot. To be honest with you, for me, it didn't really hurt that much. But everybody has different level of... But everyone has a different level of what they think is pain and what they don't think is pain, blah, 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 blah. So, you have to find that out for yourself. However, from my experience, I would say it doesn't really hurt that much. When I got my nose pierced, I found out that the adrenaline and excitement sort of takes over the pain more. Takes over the pain. It was the least painful piercing I have, and I have my 2 ears and my helix done.
Alright, moving on to number 2.
How long does it take for a nose to heal? They say you should wait about 3 to 4 weeks, I believe. Let me just check that. Oh, my bad. Okay, so they say you should take around 2 to 4 months before your nose piercing will be completely healed, and you can then put a ring in it if you don't have a ring in it already, and if you want a ring, you might not want a ring. Some people want a ring, some people don't want a ring. However, from my experience, I didn't really like the stud, and I changed my nose stud after 2 days of having it pierced. Do not do that. Do not do that. I didn't get infected. However, because it was such a sensitive hole in my nose, it did kind of hurt a lot more, and when I took the piercing out, it did bleed. So, as much as you may want a ring in your nose, it's probably good to at least wait a month or so, and that also means you can get to know the piercing. I don't know, whatever. So next up, for number 3, we have placement, and this is all about where you want your nose. So you go and you sit down, you're like, oh hi, I want my nose pierced. They're like, okay, not a problem, blah 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 blah. For those who have had a piercing before, you understand what the pen is. The pen is a pen, but they use it to place on your nose or on your piercing to sort of show where roughly the piercing is going to go. If you were going to get a nose stud and you want a nose ring, be sure to tell them that you want a nose ring, because I've known people who have gone to get their nose pierced and they didn't say they wanted a ring, so they got it sort of put up the top somewhere, so, which is fine and all, it looks fine. However, when it then comes to put a ring in, sometimes the ring won't be big enough to get around the nose, so you end up with a really squished nose. So the conclusion of that is tell them that you're gonna get a ring so that they know to place it lower down where you want it. So this is another one I found on the internet. This isn't my personal one because it involves makeup and I don't wear no makeup. But, so you've gone out, you've got your nose pierced, great, good job. Do not put makeup on the piercing, but do not put it on the nose stud, or sort of leave a circle around it, because this is how noses get infected, and you do not want your nose infected because it doesn't look good at all. So make sure you leave your makeup around the nose and do not put it anywhere near the hole of your nose. More of a heads up than a tip. However, when you get your nose pierced, you may or you may not know, but you will cry. When I mean cry, I mean as in it's something you can't hold back. The tears just sort of come out. Not because you're sad, because the point where you're piercing is really sensitive, and because of that, you just start watering, and you can't help this. So, make sure you take tissues with you. Chances are, if the person's nice, they'll probably offer the tissues, and they'll give you the heads up that you're about to cry. But if they don't, then you heard it from me first, you will cry. This is one for all the snotty people out there, like me, who just aren't well, they're always ill, and they get colds really easy. This one's for you guys. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. But this one is basically talking about nose rings more than nose studs. However, it can occur with nose studs as well. When you get a snotty nose, you'll have to learn how to blow your nose with your nose stud or nose ring in. It took me a while to learn because you're sort of there, you're blowing your nose, and then suddenly, bam! Your piercing's fallen on the floor and you've lost it. That's not good. So for this one, I want to say practice, but don't practice blowing your nose. It's sort of a thing that just happens. But when you get out and you have a nose piercing, be sure that you know how to blow your nose with the nose piercing in. Yeah, and another tip, make sure you look in the mirror so snot's not hanging off your nose ring, because you don't want that either. Okay, so the next one is all about cleaning and hygiene, which is something that's pretty important with a nose stud because it can actually get infected really easily. So if the shop you're in, if they don't tell you how to clean your nose, it's pretty simple and I'm sure you can find it online. But because you're here watching my video, I might as well tell you already. So what you will need to clean your nose is one of these bad boys. Anyway, if you don't have one of these around the house, then you're unhygienic and gross, and you should get one. But what you're going to want to do is boil some water and put salt in it. And once you've done this, you're then going to dip this into the boiling water, and you're basically just going to clean around the hole, up the nose as well. Make sure the piercing's out, obviously, because then you can get all the proper dirty bits. Gross. But be sure to keep your nose clean, because if you don't, you will start to look like unattractive.
Next!
So this one is for the people who haven't really looked into actual nose studs or nose rings, and this is about what the nose stud looks like, because when I got mine put in, I was not expecting what it would look like. So the first piercing I got was in fact a nose screw, which is like a nose stud, and it is sort of like a screw. That there is a nose screw. That is the back. That there is the front, and that's what it looks like. And basically, to put this in, many people have many different ways, they have their own ideas. However, you're going to have to look online to find your best way to put it in, because everyone's different. However, for me, I kind of put it in backwards and then spin it as if it was like a genuine corkscrew going into your nose. Personally, I think this is the easiest way. However, you're going to have to look online and find out for yourself, see which way is best for you. Some people have big hands and, you know, trying to put small piercings in isn't good, but that's how I like to do mine. Okay, so this now leads me on to my final tip, and this isn't really more than a tip, but this is something to consider after you get the piercing. And this is basically, people will probably judge you for having it in. That probably sounds really stupid. However, I have experienced times when people look at me, and because I have a nose ring in, they kind of see a different person to who I am. It's sort of like going against the whole don't judge a book by its cover thing, but because you got a nose ring in, they may see you in a different way, or a nose stud. I've been in a lift one time. You know when you feel like someone's looking at you, and then you like look and then they're like looking at you? Yeah, that has happened a lot because I have a nose ring in. I don't know about a stud. I've never been looked at with a stud in, but with a ring, people will probably judge you. However, you do what you want to do. You do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, that's what matters most. I love my piercing. I'm happy with it. I don't care what other people think. It's my piercing. So that concludes my 10 tips and facts on getting your nose pierced. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you are new to the channel, then be sure to subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Also leave a like, as that really helps me a lot. Once you've got your piercing, leave in the comments below how it went. Tell me how it went. Did it go fine? Did you chicken out? Did you get it done? Did any of these tips help you? If they did help, then tell me which one helped. But anyway, thank you so much guys for watching the video. I'll see you next time. Peace out.